Oh, shit. Okay, so, there we go. Twitch. No, don't bring that. Go to my channel. I've been wanting to get back into this one. I was really liking the story, the characters, the music. It's all so good. It's all just like it was in Snoot Game. So, let's get started, shall we? I bet there's one achievement for each ending. There should be 4 endings, I believe, just like there was in Snoot Game. When I get to the point, after I get endings 1 and 2 in Snoot Game, I want to stream myself getting ending 4, which is the canon ending. Where the fuck is my mouse? I lost track of my mouse. Alright, let's go. Before long, the dense forestry gives way to more urban developments. More and more decorative palm trees start dotting the paths as well. The silhouette of the city gets closer, and we approach one of those spaghetti junctions leading up to it. The result of decades of poor infrastructure decisions, multi-million-dollar projects promising to fix the traffic if they just built one more overpass. Olivia's paying close attention to her phone. She scrolls lazily through some forum. Oh, they're so cute. What's so funny? Oh, nothing. Hey. Lizard Lounge? Oh boy, you're still browsing that, Olivia? Yeah? What is it? Don't tell him. It's this weird exclusionary chat room. They only allow dinosaur women. Men, and rather specifically human men, are banned. Gasp. Racial segregation. Oh my god. Hi, Damien. You're awesome. Olivia showed me once the people on it are really weird. Humans are banned? You aren't supposed to tell them. It's the last safeguard for us on the internet. I think there's probably better places for that online for you to associate with. I think there's probably better places for that online for you to associate with. Tell me about the racial segregation. Damien, I love you. It's not that. It's just how it has to be for our safety. Some dino girls can be doing anything at all, and there's always at least 3 guys in the comments saying, she looks like. Don't say it. They also really bring down the quality of the site. Look, it's explained in the rules that humans are 1/5 the attention span of dinos. Liz groans while Olivia shows me her phone. The graph is blurred as hell, and I can't make out most of the text. I don't know how I feel about all this. What's not to get, Inko? Think about it. You're in history class. It sucks. So you just remember, wait a second, I'm human, and stop listening. I wish I could do that. According to Lady Hitler. Oh, I love the humor in this game. Oh, I love it. It's just a funny group of women like me. Lay off. Let me have it. You don't really believe that stuff, though, do you? Not really. It's just the rules of the place, alright? Okay. Olivia sticks the phone back into her pocket with a huff. Was the ride to the arcade always this long? I think we're about 20 minutes away from the arcade still. Don't worry, Inko. The water fountains are in... Oh my god. Shut up. Damien cackles to himself. Alright, I hope the place still sells those hot dogs for $1. Dollar hot dogs. It's only one. There's no way anyone anywhere sells hot dogs for $1 anymore. Yeah, but they did. It was great. Olivia and I would save our lunch money just to go here instead after class. I don't think I'd trust it if it was still that cheap, honestly. You ate a dog off the floor. What? That's different. Damien fills the air with old tales of his and Olivia's adventures in the arcade. She'd occasionally chime in to correct him on whatever over embellishment. Even as the last remnants of suburbia melt away, skyscrapers overtake our view of the outside world. Finally, I'm in the big city. Here we are. I'm almost disappointed when we pulled up into the arcade parking lot. Large glass windows cover the beach. Promotional leaflets. Large glass windows covered in sun-bleached promotional leaflets adorn the front of the arcade, and the building itself looks a couple of decades old. This place was probably successful in the past, but I can only imagine it breaks even nowadays. Though maybe a recent resurgence of retro deco could change that. I could show you more on the return trip. Come on. Guess she must have seen my brief hesitance. Liz unlocks the trunk, and I hop out to get Olivia's wheelchair. I attempt to heave the thing out of Liz's trunk. It takes considerably more effort than I'd like to admit. Now, how do I unfold this blasted thing? As I check to make sure all my fingers were intact, I can see Olivia snickering through the passenger window. There you go, son. You have much to learn. Observe. Olivia makes sure the brakes are held and heaves herself over in one motion. The chair is forced open by momentum alone with a loud crack. She gracefully rolls by me, tongue stuck out in smug victory over my ineptitude. And it's just... the humor lands more often in this than it did in Snoot Game, actually, I think. Ready? Sweet. Damien hurries us inside, and I can tell he's the most excited to be here out of anybody. Dude, this place is the bomb. We used to scrounge for change to come here after school. This place is a buzz with activity, flashing machines, all competing for attention, and gamers excitedly conversing. I lean in a bit closer to Olivia. It's pretty dang loud here. You going to be alright having to speak up more? Of course I am. What do you take me for, a kid? Sorry. I appreciate the concern. Liz scowls as the peels of her boot as she peels her boot from the floor with a loud ugh. Damien's taken off toward the nearby coin machine, fistful of bills at the ready. I could have told you to. I've been here before. So why didn't you warn me about the stickiness? Olivia shrugs. Liz's head lowers to bridge of the snout pinching levels. Well, you two did kind of drop this on me last minute. That's fair. You kind of did. But I still remember this place pretty well. Great, you can show Inko around while I'll go with Damien. Liz meekly puts her pointed fingers together as she looks at the salmon-frilled team. Those two-player gun thingies look fun to try out. You mean the light gun games? Yeah, those ones. I love the way they use Liz's neck in this. It's so cute. It's so creative. And it makes so much sense for a long neck like a brontosaurus like that. I can't put my fingers on it, but something tells me that Liz was banking on splitting apart from the start. Though it would give me ample opportunity to have alone time with Olivia. Just get to know her more, of course. Liz! I think I broke this one's joystick. Liz sighs heavily through her nose. Seriously, Damien? Come on, it's perfectly even and fair. You sure about this, Liz? We could all just stick together. Long Neck Dino looks around the arcade nervously. As much as I want to protest the suggestion, it might be for the best. Liz wants to stick with Damien, probably to make sure he doesn't do any more damage. And Olivia knows this place as well, so she'd know all the best games. We've already been spending time together after school, so why not? I'm not against the idea, just, alright, glad you agree. Liz takes this as her cue to leave, and she quickly pulls Damien away deep into the arcade. She likes him, doesn't she? Meanwhile, Olivia begins to roll ahead, but stops and gives me an annoyed look. Come on already! Alright, as soon as I step closer, Olivia resumes her casual roll down the aisleway. Olivia's eyes seem distant as she looks over the various game cabinets in the room. Silver Iris dancing to and fro, a soft hum resonating from her mouth. I try and follow where her gaze lingers, but she seems to be constantly drifting to something new every other moment while deep in her own thoughts. And as we carry on slowly, the creeping awkwardness in my stomach gnaws away at me. I have no clue what to do right now. The point of this excursion was to relax. It feels too rude to interrupt her, but she definitely knows better than me. Say, Olivia. My voice brings her back to the current moment. With a start, her hands maneuvering her chair around to look at me fully. What game should we try first? The Baryonyx shrugs her shoulders. Anything. Okay, then how about one of your favorites? My favorites? Yeah, you used to come here all the time. I'm sure you've got some you prefer. The look of surprise from her is quickly hidden by her turning her chair back around. Fine, my favorites then. My favorites. She pushes her wheelchair with purpose towards a particularly large screen in the corner. Looking at it closer, there's a large block connected to it, a dull multicolored stick hanging off the sides with wires. Oh, damn it. I look up at the title above the screen. Ruin Robbers? The more I look at it, the more I see splotches of fresh paint barely cover poorly done marker graffiti. Olivia's pout is so prominent as she glares at the base of the funny-looking block before the screen. They updated it. It's been a long time since you've been here, Olivia. So that makes sense. So it should be better then, right? Her pout breaks, transforming into a depressed frown as her eyes seem to gloss over. I follow her gaze to a metal plate at the base to try and better understand. The machine looks pretty well maintained, if you ask me. Is something wrong with it? They added a foot pedal for cover action. I step on the plate, feeling it sink down, and notice the video demo on screen changes to a screen of a bunch of ads with numbers next to each instance. Typical arcade experience, right? This sucks. Olivia's hands curled into the fist as she glares at the machine. A twinge runs through my chest, and I look back to the frustrated Dino Girl. One aspect of her favorite pastimes has been changed in a way that almost robs her of it. The thought strikes a painful chord in my heart, though I know I had zero hand in the game update. All the same, to see the clover-scaled girl look so morose. Oh, I'm just I want to be happy. I turn my eyes away to my feet, the sensation leaving as I do, and a flash of brilliance comes over me as I look at my loafers. Hey, I got an idea. She cuts me off with a growl. I know what you're going to say, and the answer is no. So you're willing to give up because you can't play it easily? Yes. Olivia's response leaves me a bit floored. Her hateful eyes leer venomously at her former favorite game, but I know my idea will work. Okay, you play then. Have you been paying attention? I can't. I'll handle the pedal. Olivia's words are left hanging as she tries to visualize what I'm saying. I was going to say you should suggest that. That was what I was thinking, honestly. Her confused gaze wanders between me and the flat rectangle on the floor. The whole time she looks so goofy, I have to withhold a chuckle in fear of her clawing me. She must have realized, though, as she snatched the light gun from my hand, her cheeks bearing a red hue. Fine. One game. She looks at the light gun in her hand and takes a deep breath. You better do your job right, Inko. I give Olivia a nod as she wheels herself next to the arcade machine. Gimme. She reaches out for my hand and goes to take it before I can respond. She takes it for a split second and then moves down to grab my wrist instead. Her scales are soft and cool. Hit the pedal when I squeeze, capiche? I nod in affirmation and Olivia blasts the start button into pieces. Not so tight. Dude, hit the damn pedal. It's like playing with controller lag. Inko! Sorry. Holy crap, this is worse than I remember. Hi, it's me. I'm a guy that makes sense. Here, you can see I put the respawning enemies in front of a place you're forced to cross. I came up with this idea by eating a bird. While eating a bird. I don't even want to staple my ears. Fucking damn it, not again. Oh. This game sucks. Want to play again? Oh, I love this. Then Olivia finally reaches her grip on my wrist. I could feel blood rushing through the imprint she left. She probably would have a really strong grip, given how much she has to wheel herself around in the wheelchair. Bound to have strong arms. You know what I mean? We ended up playing 4 or 5 games total. That's probably enough. I'm good to move on. You? Are you sure? I don't want to keep you here all day. Olivia looks over at the machine one last time before sliding the plastic gun back into its slot. I'm still a bit disappointed they changed it, but thanks. Alright, there's better games around anyway. Let's go. A stray thought from before I really got to know Olivia careens to the forefront of my mind. Sometime along the way, people started calling her Hot Wheels. Don't remember who or when. But I do know it's proof that she's got that fire in her. A fire in her. Before she can roll way too far, my hand takes hold of one of the wheelchair grips, jolting the dino from her sullen stupor. Say, I've got an idea, Hot Wheels. Why don't we try the fighting game you were so good at? The fighting Olivia's jaw clicks shut and her hands ring together tightly. The arcade cabinet can't change, right? I mean, her gaze turns toward the opposite end of the arcade, and I can hear loud hollers of competition from here. Come on, Hot Wheels. What do you say? The name seems to invigorate her. Her glacier iris is hardening, her ivory claw touching at her wheels. An eerie grin creeps across her features, her tongue polishing and as her predatory eyes latch onto a particular cabinet in the far side. I love this music, by the way. Whoa, wait. I accidentally clicked and skipped that dialogue. Olivia picks a direction and speeds off, parting the sea of sweaty dinos and leaving a small space of safety in her wake. After a short while passing some digital pachinko machines, Konabi was here. She looks back at me for a moment as if to confirm my presence and to say, "Don't lose me." And then yanks her wheelchair to launch herself through the building towards a new destination. What? Hey! I can finally give chase, following as best as I can while avoiding the rest of the awestruck players that just witnessed the high-speed Dino Girl shoving them aside in her wake. As I get closer, the atmosphere seems to grow thicker, the very air becoming dank and heavy, almost as if someone dialed a humidifier up to 11. Perchance smoke? For a second, I have to stop in my tracks to catch my breath and try to cool down as my shades begin to fog up. That is a real thing that can and will happen. I have seen this before. I have experienced this before. So this is the power of fighting game crowd. I've heard things, but I thought they were jokes. Hi, Liz! Through the fog, I spot Liz, or rather Liz's head, sticking above the crowd. Oh, you found us. Getting closer to Damien, and Liz's head comes into view. Olivia stops and checks one last time that I didn't get washed away in the crowd, and then moves past Damien and Liz, coming to a screeching halt next to a particular cabinet that's occupied by somebody else. She removes a shiny coin from her pocket, placing it firmly down on the controls of the current player, who hardly glances at her. Yes, I have been here before with the... You put your coin down to let the player or whoever know that you're next. Yeah. As I step closer, I'm able to overhear an exchange between the two dinos. The greaseball ankylosaur, without even looking away from the cabinet, starts rattling off his credentials to Olivia as if it was a job interview. You know, I'm the best Jurassic player. Jurassic player this side of Volcandera, right? Double S rank, 3 online tournament wins. Besides, it's 50 cents, not... Shut up and nut already. I love her so much. Olivia's voice causes the ankylosaur to grimace and finally turn his head. Do you really want to try me? Look, Tiny Tim, you gotta know that I'm... His jaw clicks shut and his eyes manage to sweep above and then down to Olivia. His eyes squinting as his retina slowly adjusts to low lighting of something not displaying brightly colored pixelated characters. Bro, you know you can't bring chairs over here. Not after last summer. Olivia growls and raises a fist. I think the pale-scaled dino finally sees who is challenging him. Dude, it's a wheelchair. I think they'll let it slide. His maw flaps helplessly as he tries to explain himself before just stopping himself completely. Yeah, you might want to just shut up. Never mind. Sorry. The Gator girl sighs and taps a finger on the quarter she's placed on. Rules say you can't refuse, right? He tilts his head in confusion. You know, you look to be the new champ here, right? This is the champ's cabinet, right? Damien's come over by this point, followed closely by Liz's head. just Liz's head. Champ's cabinet? Unofficial, but that's the oldest one here. Been here since the dawn of time. It's like sacred or something. I look over the old machine. The paint on it chipped and positively covered in marker ink to the point that the only legible thing on it is the very juvenile edit of the game's title. This thing? Yeah, man. They only let the head honchos actually use it. If you're spotted trying without credentials, you end up headbutted. That's bold, but I believe it. I look back at Olivia, who's having a withering stare down with the squat guy she's challenged. Look, lady, I'm a big deal here. Buster O'Nuts, crown champ, and all of Candera. Oh, Buster is his name. Okay. This particular drastic machine's got a history. It happens to be the same machine that Dano the Rex Go managed to parry. Quit stalling and fight me already. I'm not. I'm just setting the stage is all. Plus, you think you're the only challenger I've got? I look around, noticing that there was now a group surrounding us. On my title as champion, I'll take all comers now. A hush whisper comes over the crowd. Finally, I form a line now. Okay. Tallest to smallest. What? No cutting. Oh, heck yeah, we're gonna wipe the floor with you, Buster. Wait, what? I don't even play video games. I'm not really a gamer either. Too bad, consider it the blood tax. I want to protest further, but Olivia's head turns toward me with a pleading look on her face. Besides, you think I want to put my hands on that thing? Who knows where? We're in Inko. Yes! Of course, Damien's loving it. Come on, Liz. It won't be that bad. You're still by the Brachio booth, right? Hold tight. I'll come get you. I love what they do with Liz's really long neck. It's so creative and cool. Damien pushes back through the small group around us, following Liz's neck to the rest of her. I feel like he's based on somebody, but I don't know who. Her head swivels around and gives chase. Her please not to have to play falling on deaf ears. Yeah. Brachio booth. The arcade's claustrophobic, so brachiosauruses tend to bump into everything, including each other. There was some lawsuit, and now there's a few platforms placed where people like her can sit and reach everything. There's even some water fountains attached. Doesn't stop things from getting tangled when there's multiple, but it's something. Huh. Lore. Theta's brother. In the end, Liz must have relented because she shuffles up to the rest of the group. Fine, let's just make it quick. Liz reluctantly steps forward toward the arcade cabinet, a crooked smile forming on the self-proclaimed champion's face. It doesn't take long for Liz to completely lose, and the large ankylosaur hands move like a blur as they dance across the controls, pummeling their digital opponent to the ground. As boastful as he was earlier, he at least proved that he's skilled at dress kick the screen displaying perfect after only a minute against Liz. Liz crosses her arms and starts heading back to her old seat in the booth head in tow with a pout. I feel like he's based on someone, but I can't place it. Buster leans his head back against his clasped hands to make a show that it was no big deal. Next victim. Damien struts to the cabinet and jams his hands in his pockets for his change. Is there a whole piggy bank in there? Haven't seen your group around here before. Tourists? Huh? Nah, living. I used to come here all the time. Life's been tough, you know, so we got some friends to come for this little trip down memory lane. Lighten the mood a bit. This place hasn't changed much in the years either. Aha. He hoists the quarters high and jams them into the slot. Once more, the screen lights up, the character selection music busts in. Buster considers his selection and ultimately chooses the same character. Yeah, I bet he's got a main that he goes with. Damien jams. What's with the death glare? Damien just picked a counter to his character. Probably expects us all to be beginners. Buster does seem a bit more tense now. Been a while since then, though. Her explanation is cut short as her words take on a scratchy quality to them. Hey, you okay? What? I'm fine. I can go refill your canteen pretty quick. Sure, thanks. She reaches behind her and unhooks her severely dented water bottle from her chair. Don't get lost, bro. There's something to look into for Christmas. That Buster guy said there was water by the Brachio booths. Although I can't imagine the water here is very good. Christmas? What? What am I thinking? I haven't gotten anyone a gift like that before. Focus, Inka. You're just getting some water. I head deeper into the arcade towards the center, passing through the aisle lit by game screens. You guys done already? No, just refilling Olivia's bottle. Guess I'm gonna miss Damien's match. Say, Liz. There's a sticker here. What is it? Her head comes in and she eyes the weird brand on the canteen. Oh, that's from a really old show. Like back in the 90s old. Now I feel old. Damn it. Thanks, game. You made me feel old. Why? Just curious is all. Well, I never really asked Olivia about it. Maybe I should. After all, I think I recall watching a video essay about it once. Though I could never really get into older stuff, the animation always looks so choppy. Recapping the bottle, I lead Liz's head back to the fighting game section. It's surprising that Damien and Buster are still playing, this time both of their hands slamming furiously at the controls. He wasn't expecting a challenge. A crowd has even formed around the duo, exchanging low whispers as they watch the old CRT screen. I pick out Olivia at the front of the crowd, close to the cabinet, so she's able to clearly watch. She's hyper-focused to the point that when I swish the bottle in front of her face, she just leans over and keeps watching. Evil it is, then. I hold the canteen over her muzzle, carefully tip it over until a few drops fall onto her face. Her tongue laps along her lips and swipes up the nourishing droplets before glaring at me. Hey! Here you go. Fresh from the tree. Har. She takes the bottle and downs most of it right away before clearing her throat. Thanks. How's Damien's match going? Well, he's getting too aggressive. He is? Yeah, Buster picked a rush down character, so Damien picked a zoner to keep Buster at a distance. The problem is that zoners are notoriously bad when it comes to footsies, and are even worse with the mix-ups, which means that if Buster is able to get into Damien's hurt box, he's going to get super punished and might even lose a set in a single... Wait a second, I'm human. So Damien has to keep his distance. Oh, crap. Olivia and I watch from the sidelines as, over the next few seconds, Buster pulls off an impressive series of moves, crush Damien's character into the ground. Almost like he was waiting for us to get back. Wow, you actually knew how to play. Buster jams an accusing finger my way, as though barking me for death. You're next. Damien's expression carries a hint of disappointment as he steps away from the cabinet, but he quickly peps up and resumes his usual jovial self. Just me and Olivia left. I nervously step up to the cabinet. A plethora of characters in various fighting poses stare back at me, each with their own promise of victory, or humiliating defeat, which I think is more likely. Although Olivia seems to know what she's doing. I recall an old saying Coach Sully said. If we do not know what we are doing, then the opposing team certainly can't anticipate our future actions. I tap my joystick over a large question mark in the middle of the screen, highlighted to the astonishment of spectators by my visibly nervous opponent. The game begins, and my opponent beside me seems exceptionally calm as he manipulates his controls, compared to me trying out every button and stick input to figure out what the heck I'm doing. If you're trying to figure the controls out, he'll probably notice that. Unlike Damien, who at least looked like he was holding his own against the bloated Buster, I am getting the digital crap kicked out of me. Every attempt I made was met by my character being grabbed and thrown in some ridiculously elaborate way. By the time the perfect announcement plays out on the screen, I can feel my wrist cramping from the crazy amount of button mashing I've done in under a minute. At least I lasted a little longer than Liz. Don't feel bad. I am the best here, after all. I bet. Is Olivia gonna wipe that smug smile off your face? His snort filled with laughter as he grates my ears. I walk back to my friends, all of them staring daggers at the pasty, scaly dino. The rest of the crowd are in an uproar along with him, and I can feel my ears heat up at the attention. Olivia's eyes narrowed as she wheels herself into position, her tail lashing roughly against the ground as she waits for the laughter to die down and her turn to finally begin. Kick his butt, Olivia. Buster chuckles to himself while cracking his knuckles. I just finished wiping the floor with your friends while hardly breaking a sweat. I mean, Damien seemed to give you the time of day. So just so you know who you're really dealing with, I'm Buster O'Nuts, achiever of Octave's annual Drass Kick Wisconsin E-Tournament, demolisher of Ikari, a second best player of 2007 to 2012, co-leader of the Midwestern branch of the Mighty Mammoths Gamers Guild. You won't look bad for ducking out. Or are you ready to get busted? You deserve to lose for that alone. You're fat. You know you can still back out of this. Olivia responses to insert the coin slowly without breaking eye contact with Buster, with what I can only describe as a predatory leer. She then slams her fist on the start button. Buster instantly moves his cursor toward a different character. Damien's next to me. He lets out a soft gasp. What's wrong? Buster's character is like 3 kinds of bullshit is what's wrong. What? Well, for one, he's usually a gentleman's band in tourneys, and his mouth is moving, but all that comes out is alien words. Buster lets out a chuckle and turns to look at Olivia, giving her a smug grin. Olivia doesn't seem at all fazed by Buster's character choice, clicking her joystick lazily. As soon as Olivia picks a character, the game announcer blares the name aloud. Wani Long. Damien. I see what you did there, game. Damien turns to look at me. The excitement on his face is overbearing. That's Olivia's main. Oh man, this will be one hell of a fight if Olivia's breaking her out. So, is this Wani Long a good character? Shortest explanation you'll understand is yes. What's the long one? If you don't know what Shota is, it'll take too long to explain here. While Damien rambles on, I recall Olivia's motivation just to get here. That look she had, that more than anything piques my curiosity. So, how good is Olivia with her? Damien's reply only gives me a wide, big grin. Oh, you'll see. A loud soundbite from the cabinet speakers signals the start of Olivia's match. Given the way Damien spoke of Olivia's skill like it was derived from an ancient scroll, I expected to see a flurry of pixelated beatdowns and tactful controller plays. But instead, it looked like nothing at all. On the large display, both characters just shifting back and forth, the joystick in Olivia and Buster's hands clacking furiously. Honestly, it looks more like they're attempting to make their digital avatars tap dance. Oh! Wait, did I miss something? I don't want to turn my eyes away in case anything happens. No, like, they're trying to get a read on each other. It's like they're trying to predict what the other will do so they can counter and steal the match. Oh! So, like, their size... There's a heavy crack and thump on the floor in front of me. Olivia's tail lashed at the base of the cabinet, while Buster's Thagomizer had managed to crack into the concrete floor beneath him. On the screen, the characters finally made contact and sent each other flying in opposite directions. Behind me, a crowd started cheering, finally excited that there was some actual action happening. Damien is hollering next to me, cheering on Olivia with all his might. Oh, that's a gorgeous CG. I love that. Although the excitement dies down again as the duo resume their cyber posturing. My eyes darted between Olivia and Buster. Olivia is completely absorbed in the match. Her eyes are wide and full of killing intent. Buster, on the other hand, seems like he can barely contain his fury. 10 seconds on the clock, Olivia comes in clutch, punishing Buster's character with an impressive string of attacks. He manages to get away with a single pixel of health just as the time limit runs out. Winner, Wani Long. The crowd goes nuts just as Olivia's victory is announced. Yeah, get him, Olivia! And you know what? I can't help but cheer along with them. Olivia slumps back on her mobile seat, lets out a sigh before returning to her original position. Buster lets out a snort, twists the stretches of his neck, and cracks his knuckles before once again gripping the controls. Round 2. Clash and Trash. The crowd returns to a more silent state of observing the match closely, only low murmurs as they gawk into the two highly skilled players. Words passed around me, or the words passed around reach me, attempting to draw my eyes away. Weird for him. Surprised he's not doing the... Is he playing with her? Come on, Olivia! Damien's shout above the rest of them nearly blew my eardrums, and I shared his sentiment as the stylized characters exchanged simple blows. The timer continues to tick down. Buster once again begins to put on the defensive. With how the previous bouts went, Buster always had control with a cutthroat level of offense. And I didn't think of him being this passive. The countdown once again hits 0 with Olivia's character slouching in defeat and the crowd cheering again, though less enthusiastically than before. You got this, Olivia. Just one more win and you're the champ again. Come on, Olivia. Kick his ass. Olivia's shoulders tense up at what he said, and all eyes stared directly at her. Damien. Come on, Hot Wheels. Show them why you're the best. She groans a bit, refocusing on the screen. The group simmers down in silence in anticipation of the start of the final match. Sudden silence actually catches me off guard for a second, long enough for my own doubts to catch up to me. Buster's playstyle, it's like not really trying. The match starts and the hype flares right back up. It's stupid of me to think he's a Gamer Bro champion type. He's got way too much to lose. And yet... Hey, Damien? Yeah? Do you notice anything off about the way Buster's playing? You notice it too? Guess I'm not just paranoid then. Like, I didn't really watch your match, but he was always so passive? No. But like, these two are crazy good, so maybe this is all mind games. And as if he's going to throw the game and let her win. Glances back at the ongoing battle on screen, and I take notice of Buster's hand movements. Olivia launches her character into a furious combo, and sure enough, Buster hesitates just enough to let his fighter get hit by the first blow. That's brilliant timing. This is crazy, huh? Then it hits me all at once, like a freight train. The way Buster was looking down at Olivia, he didn't want to take her challenge at all. Her challenge, all the excuses he was giving. Oh, holy shit, Gabe. But also, he's throwing the match, isn't he? Damn it. Even here, Olivia was right. Damien, I think he's taking it easy on her. You think so? Damien takes a moment to ponder what I said. Dang. Even here. That's what I was thinking. Should we do something? What, and interrupt the match? Everyone else is having fun. The crowd whoops again, only now it sounds a bit different, hollow, mocking. Damien's frill sags in concern. He turns to me. What we came here for is a good time. If she can't tell, what's the harm? Jeez. You know what I mean. Yeah, I do. I hate that he's right. I could stand up for her. I mean, just being there for Olivia when Mia was getting on her went pretty alright. That was a while ago. I just don't know. I look over at the crowd again. The match is about halfway done, judging by the remaining health pools. Oh, we're cheering Olivia on. Definitely cheering Olivia on. Oh, we got a score for Olivia. Awesome. I know Olivia normally doesn't like this from strangers, but I'm no stranger to Olivia. She knows my intentions. We're friends. On screen, it looks like the characters are about to strike one another with their feet. I cup my hands around my mouth. Go, Olivia! You got this! Damien recoils from my scream. Or maybe I popped his eardrum, judging by the glare he levels at me. Then he raises 2 fingers to his mouth. Heck yeah, you got this! Even Liz tries to join in, shouting down at the crowd with her own cheers. Oh, you know what would be cool? You can do it, Hot Wheels! Yeah, go Hot Wheels, go! Olivia flinches and turns her head to look back at us a bit. Curiously, so does her opponent. She sees us cheering and she gets her usual disfavoring furrow brow. No way, I'm sticking to my guns. Eyes on the screen, Hot Wheels. He's gonna get you. Beat him without even looking. She stares right through the crowd at me. It's only an instant, but it feels longer. And her subtle scowl cracks. Then it completely folds into a smirk back at us. She faces back to the screen with renewed vigor. Buster shakes his head to snap himself out of his own slog. This looks like he was only intending to lose by a little bit. He's picking up the pace now. Only time. The match time's out. Ah! Dang, want to go another round? People need a winner. Actually, mind if I run to the restroom real fast? Yeah, it's down that way. Olivia turns and smiles at me again. It's warm. Then she goes off to the restroom. Buster waits for her to get out of earshot and scrambles over to Damien and I. Hey, you two... You guys weren't serious, right? Huh? You're saying Hot Wheels. That's not really her, right? Hot Wheels from a decade ago? Yup, it's her. Why? Damn, I feel like a jackass now. You were throwing for her, weren't you? A little. Your buddy Finhead gave me a sob story about her during our match, and I felt bad, okay? Who wants to be known as the asshole that picks on cripples? Oh, Buster was being hospitable to the young lady. Who the fuck? Shut the... Yo, Buster, you simping? Piss off! I mean, when it comes to Olivia, I kind of get it. But yeah, I didn't mean any disrespect or anything. Crap, I didn't know she had a history here. I should have more respect than that, he sighs. What do you do now? I'll play for real. It's what she deserves. That's all we ask. Buster nods and turns with a thumbs up. He cracks his knuckles and neck in preparation for their first legitimate match of the day. You're still kind of simping, though. Shut the hell up, Dave. Olivia returns, sliding to the machine once more. Thanks for waiting. No problem. Ready? You know it. Good, because you're going down this time. They give each other one last competitive leer before putting all their focus on the screen. Just as before, Buster chooses the OP character and Olivia picks Wani Long. As soon as the in-game announcer says fight, Buster immediately goes in for the kill, total opposite of how he was playing in the last match. This catches Olivia off guard for a moment, leading to her character to eat a massive combo that takes away a good chunk of her health. True to his word, he isn't holding back this time, for Olivia's sake, dealing her with the same level of beatdown brutality that he gave to the opponents before her. It seems to only invigorate her, putting her skills and hands into overdrive. Even though Buster is going at full force, Olivia still managed to get Wani Long to land in a few punches and kicks, along with evading some attacks. The crowd seems to notice the reappearance of Buster's lethality, causing an uproar of cheering and whoops. Damien, of course, follows suit. You got this, Hot Wheels, kick his ass! Can't let him be the only one, right? Show him why you're the champ! Unfortunately, not even Olivia could beat Buster's true fighting skill. Like his previous opponents, KO Bold wins. The crowd goes into a mix of groans and cheers and excitement at the ill-fated defeat of Olivia. Buster crosses his arms, basking in his self-pride of beating legendary Hot Wheels. Damn, you really handed my ass to me. Didn't I say it was kind of a big deal around here? Yeah. Though I gotta admit, you gave me a real challenge. I can see why you were known as a champ. Thanks. If you're ever up for a rematch, you know where to find me. With that, Olivia takes her way over to us with a smile beaming across her face. Alright, who's next? We exit the crowd into a more spacious part of the arcade. That was awesome, Liv. You really gave him a run for his money. I know, right? I mean, I know I'm a bit rusty, but the moment I got my hands on the controls, he gave me a real fight. I was so close to beating him. Despite having been outmatched and losing to Buster, she seems to be having even more fun than ever. I'm feeling all jittery after that fight. That's the Gator rush settling in you. Hey, you know they sell food here, right? We should get some snacks to celebrate. Well, I was smelling grease. I just assumed it was. He takes his own order and starts marching off in another direction. Damien, wait for the rest of us. Food, huh? You know what? I could go for a little something. Yeah, it is getting pretty late. Come on, they went this way. Olivia starts plowing through the crowd once more. Oh boy, this again. I'll call it exercise. The snack bar is a small cutaway from the rest of the building, segregated by different style tiling brighter than the fluorescent lighting. There's not a lot of options aside from what you'd expect: pizza, ice cream, chicken strips, pickles, and the like. When Damien asked for 2 slices of pizza, Liz got excited. The moment he got the food, however, he was already eating one while holding the other. She seemed really annoyed, but took his offer to let him pay for her food. He offered to pay for Olivia and himself, but the last thing I want him to do is drain his wallet any further, knowing their living situation. It's barely over $10, but it's not like it bothers me. Olivia has gotten an order of chicken wings and slathered in hot sauce. Ugh, woman after my own heart. I love hot wings. Boy, do I love hot wings. I just went to the classic chicken strips and one of the sodas I recognized from the school vending machine. I don't know how the fuck I did that. We take a seat, one of the few open tables, and I struggle not to think about how often they're cleaned. Might be a good idea. Damien doesn't look bothered sitting with us. He just heads right back into the fray with arms occupied by his dinner. Liz falls after Damien to keep track of him. At least her head does. Olivia barely even sets her tray down before crunch, crunch, crunch. I subtly shift myself away from the maelstrom of molars and claws. Damien probably said he'd cover the meal because he knew Olivia would get like this. She's Hot Wheels. Would you like some actual meat on that? I didn't even know wing bones could get that big. Olivia responds by snapping the bone in between her teeth. If she bites you, it's going to be extremely fucking painful. Amaro squirts out a little, and she has to get a napkin to wipe her cheek. Suddenly, my own chicken tender meal looks even more unsavory, so I push it aside closer to the dude tornado. It only takes moments for her to accept my offering with no manners whatsoever. Thank you. Don't mention it. So, after we finish, any other plans? Olivia ponders my words while rolling a bone around in her mouth like it's a lollipop stick. It's just a chicken bone, Inko. An oddly large chicken bone. I don't know, I've basically done all I want to by now. Damien's probably got another 20 minutes before he burns out. I'm cool to hang out unless you want to do something. Nah, I actually don't play games much. I had fun playing with you, though. Olivia looks away for some reason. We should do that sort of thing more often. Yeah? Of course, I'd never had this much fun outside of my previous schools, mainly because I never had many friends to hang out with. That's kind of sad. But also very real. It is, but it looks like moving here was a change for the better. Plus, it's just fun hanging out with you. Though stained with sauce, Olivia's lips curl into a smile. Liz and Damien too, of course. Though I have to admit, with the way Liz gravitates toward Damien, it's almost like she had this all set up. What do you mean? Well, Damien and Liz are pretty close, so maybe she's using this as an opportunity to get them closer. Almost like we're on a double date or something. She jerks back to be completely attentive. Did I say something? Really? Yeah, it's kind of funny. Since we hang out together pretty often, people might start thinking we're together. Something whips back into my mind. Ah! Olivia grabs hold of her tail. Crap, sorry. Yeah. I had fun today. Going out like this for the first time in ages, seeing this place again, it's nice. That Buster guy said they renovated it a bit in the last few years. Has anything else changed? Olivia looks into the depths of the arcade, looking for anything different. You know what? I think the wallpaper's changed. But other than that, she turns back to me with a nostalgic grin. No, it stayed the same. You know what has changed, though? What? The people here. What, like employees? Them too, but I meant the regulars. When we came here, the place was always more... Her tongue probes her cheek as she considers different words. Tongue-tied. More hectic? More packed? No, more packed. It was so easy getting through here today. I recall almost running people over to get across the building. And with the look she had back then, I don't think she'd have noticed it if she had. Olivia's gaze lingers back toward the arcade machines. Back then, every machine was crowded. It was a lot louder. Then there was always this something in the air that had everyone excited. What about when you and that guy were playing Jurassic Kick? Oh yeah, that it was like that, but way more. Like it felt like every machine had a crowd around it, and everyone just getting crazy, and it was always a pain to wait your turn. With a heaviest sigh, Olivia turns back toward me. It just feels empty, like everything else nowadays. I mean, empty is good. You were able to get around easily. Near hit and runs notwithstanding. And personally, this place feels crazy to me. Even here in the tiny food court, I can feel the rumbling of loudness. All the people here resonate through my body. Her only response was a non-committal hum. Olivia handles her flask carefully, staring down at the sticker I'd noticed earlier with a listful look. I remember Liz mentioned that it being an old TV show she watched. Say, I noticed that sticker when I went to refill it. What's it from? Oh, that? It's from some old anime that I remember watching growing up. It's nothing really special. From some anime, huh? What's it about? You want to know? Sure. I never really caught on the whole anime stuff. Unlike the protagonist of Snoot Game, who was a fucking weeb and tried to hide it because he felt ashamed. There's a reason for that, but I'm not going to spoil it here. Sure, I never really caught on to the whole anime stuff, but I'd like to know what it's about. Well, if you really do want to know, it's not like any other anime. It's called Gundam, and for the next 5 minutes, Olivia tries to summarize the premise of Gundam in detail. I actually have seen the Gundam movie trilogy that was made from the original show and Gundam Wing. Given that I'm clueless to it, given that I'm as clueless to it as I was with the fighting game terminology, the plot sounds completely esoteric. The sticker is of a symbol of a faction called Space Noids, fighting for independence. Sounds like a just, noble group with a goal like that. Watching her talk so passionately about the series franchise, that's a lot. For how long? But that's alternate universe stuff. Oh, and then there's this material arts one. She continues her description of the franchise, and I start to realize how enamored I've become. Not just about hearing about the show, but seeing Olivia talking about her favorite show with such passion and energy. It really does make it easier to pay attention, even if you don't know what the other person's talking about, if they're just passionate about it like this. I find myself engrossed in her voice as she recounts particular versions of the anime she's even taken to emulating segments of the show. And in the end, he finally admits that it's one of the best romances Gundam's done, and her sudden pause worries me. What's wrong? Nothing. Does sound like nothing, rather, given the roughness of her tone. Again, her throat finally ran dry. You need another refill? I'm good. She drinks deeply from the canteen that started this all off. It's been a while since she's talked herself dry like that. In fact, I can't recall the last time she desperately needed to hydrate like that. I think maybe around the start of the school year. She releases the canteen and lets about a breath of relief. Better? Olivia nods. Yeah, anyway, where'd I leave? Actually, I'd probably been babbling for too long about it. Oh no, I don't mind at all. Nah, it's fine. Besides, you let me talk about my favorite show, so tell me about yours. Mine? Well, I haven't finished anything, just mostly video essays about old shows. I'm told I can call myself a fan of video games without having played them, but does that apply to TV? Olivia sure has taste. She can tell me exactly what kind of show she likes and why she likes it. I just know bits of trivia. No, that can't be right. I've seen lots of things in passing. Like, well, shoot. I have no swag. I guess I've spent more time watching in-depth video essays about shows than actually watching them. I don't watch a lot of TV either. Usually my TV watching means it's something I bought on DVD or Blu-ray. A season I bought on DVD or Blu-ray, and I'm watching it there. Man, that's embarrassing. No, it's not. Okay, maybe a little. It's never too late to get into it. See what you do and don't like. Next time you're over at my place, we can binge watch a whole anime series. I'm not even a big anime fan, and I would do that with her just because she's so cute and passionate. I like the sound of that. But if it ever gets too intense, you can always watch Power Raptors with Vinny. I'm sure that's a Power Rangers stand-in. I remember that from when I was a kid. Back in the 90s. Hey. Relax. Toku shows like that aren't just for kids to like. It's funny though, I remember my dad letting me watch it as a kid, and Vinny got into it because I showed him. You don't mind me asking, you mentioned that your dad's in and out of town because of his job. What is it exactly? He's on contract with the DoD. Wow, really? Yep, been working with the Air Force since I was a baby. Normally he isn't called that often, but when he does, it's pretty lengthy. Weeks, even months. That must suck. It isn't all too bad. We still call each other and send messages. The work just keeps him busy. Oh, that's good. Keeping in touch with your folks is important. Why do I feel sad now? What about your parents? What's their job? Oh, mine are joint partners in architect. It's why we move around a lot, and the main reason why we're here in Volcandera to begin with. Ah, now it all makes sense. What does? You know, she points at the shades in the jacket. Having on a jacket and shades doesn't automatically make me rich, Olivia. Dude, who else wears clothes from Abercrombie and Flint? And Flint. It has extra pairs of Ray-Ban sunglasses on them. People in mansions, that's who. I don't live in a mansion. For your information, it's a 2-story complex with an automatic gate and Oh, I see what you mean. Now you get it, Moneybags. Suddenly Liz starts waving her hands around excitedly. What the? Inko, Olivia! Damien comes rushing in, arms filled with a pile of tickets. Whoa, Mama, that's a lot of tickets. The other end is still trailing behind him. Damien got the jackpot of the Mega Millionaire. At Mega La Millionaire. That's probably like 1,000 tickets. I'm gonna go see what this can get the prize corner. Come on. Holy crap. Alright, yeah, you're done eating, Olivia? She stares at the basket of chicken strips and pushes it back from the table. Yeah. I roll my eyes and follow Damien back to the prize counter. He plops his winning stash down on the counter in front of an unamused clerk. God, it's been so long since I've done this. It's been so long since I've done this. I miss arcades, man. I really do. What'll this get me? Nothing. You need to drop those in the ticket counter first. Ah, damn. Nearly forgot. He rushes over to get them counted, and I look over the options. There's a few old games up on the top shelf for several thousand. What's the exchange rate supposed to be? Below me, the glass counter with a bunch of candy, small plastic novelties. There's a lot of joke items, whoopee cushions, air horns. Yeah, all that stuff was there when I was last at a place like this too. Yeah. In one corner is a series of licensed generic plush toys. Licensed and generic plush toys hanging. What do you think you'll get? Probably the mini RC car? Or maybe that plasma globe. He's going to get a can full of candies and let us have the rest. You think so? Alright, I'm back. He hands tickets over. I spot the number 1,247 printed on the ticket. Dang, that's enough for one of the plushies on the wall. Let's see. I want... Hey, how about that? He points at a small foosball table on the top shelf. The clerk glances up at it and back. That's gonna be like another few thousand. Ah, damn it. Well, I'm out of ideas. I guess I'll have some of those then. The clerk gets a small bag of chocolates from the display. You guys can have the rest. I don't really need anything here. Nothing's really speaking to me either. I might want something. Olivia scans the quarter. There's still enough tickets for the medium prize. She might be going for a paddle ball or something. Oh, look at that. She points at the plushie corner. The blue slug thing? No, next to it. That's one weird dark green thing hanging in the corner. Only one of its kind. I kind of want to drop kick it. Why do you want to drop kick it? That one? I don't know. Something about it really makes me want to... I don't know. tie it to a firework and set it off into a deep fryer? I was just thinking the same thing. You guys are rude. I'm not saying you're wrong, though. He looks like he's the reason we have taxes. Well, then fuck him. Fuck taxes. That shit's theft. I hate its face. He thinks he's better than all of us. I've gotten used to it. It's been around for years. Tell it I hate it. You don't really want it, right, Olivia? Wow, it's just like me. Her eyes are bright wide. She's in love. Oh. The clerk hands her the stuffed toy, and she looks deep into the beady eyes. Yep, just like me. I'm gonna set that thing on fire sometime. Not if you like having both arms. We have two for a reason. The argument continues for several minutes. Guys, it's getting late. I think it's time we head out. Ah, shoot, she's right. Even though weekend starts tomorrow, I still have a curfew that my folks are strict about. Agreed. Oh, I guess you're right. On our way out, Damien stops and breathes in deeply. You know, this was a lot of fun. Coming here together for the first time in a while. Thanks for taking us, Liz. Oh, it's no problem. Thank you guys too. Yeah, man, it was fun. We should do this again sometime. Is it just like you remember it? Even better. I know I was a bit meh about the idea at first, but I'll admit, it was worth it. Back in the car, the argument picks up again. Oh, look at her. Oh, you're so cute. I love her so much. I'm just saying you should try hiding pencils in its ear until they come out the other side of its head. If anyone hurts him, I'll kill you. She stares with razor intent back at Damien. I love her so much. Okay, let's not get into fratricide over a plush animal. Olivia hugs the wretched thing tighter. So Inca, you want me to drop you off at your place? Oh, dang, yes please. Hadn't thought of that. I quickly send Liz the address to my house, which she puts into the Google Maps. Buckled in, we head out of the parking lot and onto the main road. Entering the freeway, we pass by the city, now illuminated. Oh, it's so cute. The early fall sunset bathes in the car's interior a warm orange, and we make our way home. As we make our way home, find myself recalling all the spots Olivia had highlighted. I wanted to ask her again just so I knew for sure, but seeing her rest peacefully gave me pause. Well, I suppose I can ask her another time. Better let sleeping gators lie. Wait, lay? Let her rest. She had fun, now she's tired, and that's all that matters. She's so precious. I really need to use the restroom. I will be back. I will be back in just a few. Give me just a little bit. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. I know Olivia mentioned that place was updated, but I'd be lying to myself if I didn't say it looked a bit too grimy. I just hope I don't get sick. Yep, I got sick. I've been completely out of the whole weekend, sick like a dog. Must have caught it at the arcade. At first, it was just a slight headache and a stuffy nose. By Sunday, it felt like my bones were made of paper mache. I couldn't even go to school today. Man, this sucks. I shouldn't have ignored the signs. The rapid weather change isn't helping at all either between pollen and chills. Worst part is, I'm falling out of practice. I've tried on and off every few hours to watch a drawing tutorial, but within minutes my conscience is overtaken by a fog and I retreat back to bed. Yeah, you're sick as fuck. Just don't focus on drawing right now. Focus on getting well. At this rate, I'll never actually have the skill people thought I had at the beginning of the contest. Between the sunlight obscuring clouds and my own bouts of unconsciousness, it feels like I've been sick for weeks instead of just days. Now, when you're really fucking sick like that, that's kind of how it goes. It's miserable. I would have just asked my parents for some help. If they still had work, and the most help they could be was simply calling into school to let them know I was sick. Slurp. I finish up a cup of medicine I made and go back to my noodles. Chicken noodle soup. The only reason I've been... Is he wearing a Snuggie? The only reason I've been conscious right now is because I figured some soup would help with the splitting headache. Take something, man. Wait, never mind. He just did. Herp. And I made sure the pantry is stocked full of cup ramen. I shovel more instant noodles into my mouth as I lie splayed on the couch, trying to watch whatever's on TV. Eventually, I decide to set the salty goodness aside in favor of scrolling through notifications on my cell phone. Of course, I got a few dozen from Damien. Bless his heart, he's been giving me our play-by-play of the school day. I got messages from Liz too. She's filling me in on the school day, albeit not nearly as often as Damien. Yeah, Damien's pretty excitable. I love him. And Liz was adorable, and I love her. Even Olivia messaged me. I feel oddly soothed as I read her well wishes. She cares about you, man. I suddenly get another notification. This time it's from Ben. It's a PDF of my homework, followed soon by a simple get well soon animated emoji. Aren't I popular? Ben's a cool guy. And aside from Mia being hot, what does he see in her? She is a bitch. I'll be sure to say thank you in person when I'm better. Another wave of fuzziness washes over me as I pop flu meds and chase it down with another gulp of lukewarm chicken broth. 3 days of being sick as a dog, and it's only occurring to me that I haven't seen any sign of... Huh? I thought I already got my grocery delivery today. Or was that yesterday? Whatever, I push myself up right at the couch, turn sick bed Uncaring for all, the styrofoam noodle cup and plastic wrappers fall onto my carpet. Wow, I really let things get out of hand. That's kind of easy to do when you're sick. My head is spinning as I make the arduous 20-foot journey. I check the peephole and see nothing there. Or maybe it's a small child. Triaza Scout cookies sound awesome right now. One hand works over the locks while I'm focusing on finding my wallet with the other. Damn poofy sleeves. If they weren't so warm. Sup, you dead yet? Hi, Olivia. Olivia? What are you doing here? In spite of her cheerful greeting, Olivia shifts side by side at her seat and her knees totted together. Mr. Idekin wanted me to give you project worksheets for his class. She pulls her backpack up from behind her chair and reaches in, drawing out a manila envelope and waving it in my face. My dizziness intensifies as my eyes attempt to track rapidly moving objects in front of me. Oh, it's one of those Baroque? Oh, the one about Baroque? Thanks. I'm pretty sure Bent just sent me those as a PDF. She snorts and lets... Well, I mean, you are in one class with Ben, but you're also in another class with Olivia, right? With him? She snorts and lets out a pack... Lets the packet go, my hands fumbling to catch it before it hits the floor. Without batting an eye, Olivia pushes past because if wandering into someone's house is an everyday occurrence for her. Come on, the project isn't going to finish itself. Huh? She's already willed herself to my couch and set a backpack on the coffee table. I figured you could use some help on it, or... And she balks at the mountain of junk I'd left. I think her nose crinkles hard to tell from far away. Hard to tell from far away. Damn me, Ingo, you live like this? Oh my god, a meme reference. My head finally catches with what's transpired. Olivia is here now. Cool. What isn't is on sudden onset vertigo. Guess I was standing upright for too long. I only managed to stay up just enough to thanks to the support of the wall. What? Just how sick are you? Pretty sick. The disgust on her face was wiped away as she looks at me. Huh, I wonder why. Why is my floor coming at me? Ollie! After my impromptu tumble, Olivia has done her best to pull me up and get me on the couch. My robe did make it easy to drag me across the floor of my house. Okay, forget the project. What project? Attaboy. I love her so much! I can't tell if the dizziness is new or not. Olivia's already starting to pick at the trash mountain, moving what she can into a grocery bag. Watching her with my vision going fuzzy only intensifies the vertigo. I guess I should take more medicine. I grab a can of soda, half from the half empty case on the table, along with a bottle of cough syrup. I upend the can and bottle into the glass I've been using all weekend, watching the delicious mixture slowly become my panacea. Damn it. Giving the glasses a good swirl to ensure the best final product, I grin and gulp down my alchemic masterpiece. I don't get to finish the drink, however, as the olive green tail slams my midsection and makes me spit the drink up all over myself. The fuck are you doing? No wonder you've been sick as shit. What, I read online it makes the medicine go down easier. Oh my god! Oh my god! Inko, you've been drugging yourself with fucking purple drink. I mean, yeah, it's purple, and I drink it. Holy crap, how are you alive? Ugh, the smell of my spat up drink irritates my nose, and I feel my stomach roil from both the impact and forced purging. I resist the urge to retch, feeling all my energy drain away. Ugh. I feel completely spent again. My vision swarms and the world turns counterclockwise. I feel something on my head. I am thankful that something soft and warm and soothingly smooth maneuvers it back onto the couch. The blackness of my shut eyelids returns. The uprightness of the world and the numbness I've grown used to overtakes my limbs. Inko? Inko, are you okay? Oh man, stay there. I'll figure Olivia's voice drowned out by the growing drone and whistle of noise. Once again, callers from the outside window bleed and flood into my house. And I'm still without my rent money. Someone's in here still. They're bent over something. Hey, you, what's going on? Oh my god. Funny Gator girl on wheels. Hang on. He's tripping. So big hugs. I want a hug. What's going on? Who is this? Where's Lucy? Where's my daughter? If man comes from monkeys, then how does Coach Scully exist? Don't say anything. You're completely incoherent. Incoherent. That's my name. Before I can say anything, my being fades into the void. Oh my god! I have to know. I have to know if there's something different that if it's all the same. Okay, it's all the same. I had to know. I had to know. Oh, God. My head. What year is it? I sit up and glance around the room. Mom and Dad aren't back yet, even though it's 6 o'clock. Some business meeting, huh? Wait, no. What's the smell? Dang, something's cooking. Smells nice. Guess Mom is home. I wonder what the occasion is. Normally it's reheated whatever. I put couch pillows back the way my parents like them and head into the kitchen to see what's up. Wow, Mom, what smells so good? Shit, sorry. I didn't know you were still. Oh man, I passed out on you, didn't I? The assignment. It's fine. You feeling any better? Oh, are they not around very often? Oh, she's cooking for him. Yeah, they're usually busy with work and stuff. Both have busy but well-paying jobs. I'm fine, don't worry. If you say so. Olivia looks down at the slow cooker and fiddles with the dials. Actually, are you? Do you really not have anyone around? No aunts, grandparents, nothing? I shrug. Like, my mom's gone and my dad's whole another story, but at least he stuck with me. At least he stuck me with the pains. And they love you. And that way, I guess you're worse off than me somehow? The last part she spoke was way quieter. With her downcast face, I can't help but feel I wasn't meant to hear it. Well, yeah, you at least have your folks, but I don't think it's much good comparing our situations. I'll just have to be a better parent for my kids. Olivia flinches. I don't know why, though. It isn't that what everyone wants? You plan to start a family? Yeah, of course. What about you? My dad really wants me to. He knows he's pretty far from ideal. He's told me before that he hopes I can make a family work like how he couldn't. It'd be nice, but I mean, it's probably not going to happen. I think it can. Well, after you collapsed, I panicked. I had to call out Mrs. Payne to ask her what to do, if I should call emergency services. She said when this happens to Damien, she just makes him shepherd's pie and waits for him to sleep it off. Does that mean Damien does purple drink, or is she talking about Damien getting sick? Had to root through your fridge to find out you have jack shit in terms of ingredients. And your appliances too. I thought a place as upscale as this would clearly have an air fryer. Like another meme reference. Clearly you don't have an air fryer. But all I could find was a slow cooker, so I threw the vegetables that hadn't expired into it with some stock. Should be good for your sinuses, at least. I vaguely remember something along those lines. I stepped closer to Olivia, peering into the glass window of the cooker. I didn't even know we had half of whatever's in there. Really? Why would your parents buy this kind of stuff and just let it rot away in the fridge? My mom does like to cook, but she doesn't do it very often. I wish she would. The green gator snorts. You know I'm only spoiling you because you're sick. It's not that I just miss dinner, you know? Hey, Roxas, how you doing? Oh, I mean, if you mean spoiling this game, I would rather not. I mean, this is my first playthrough of it, so I don't know what's going to happen. Sitting around the dinner table, talking to each other. We don't really do that anymore, except maybe on holidays. Olivia winces. No kidding. Sorry to pry. I can't help but sigh as I think about my lackluster relationship with my mom and dad. It's alright. Anyway, I don't. I didn't take you for the culinary type, Olivia. I mean, I don't know what you would want me to treat you with. Roxas. The awkwardness of just standing and staring gets to me, so I choose to take a seat at our island table. Man, these chairs are surprisingly comfy. This is actually the first time the table was even used since we moved in. Thinking about it, Olivia has given me lots of firsts now. I kind of wish Mom would make dinner again, like before she got that promotion. Olivia hums to herself as she moves toward the fridge, pulling out the egg carton and scowling after checking it. How often do you get groceries, Inko? I ordered some earlier. Actually, groceries, not that junk. Oh. God, that's such a waste of money. Imagine if you could cook the food you like. I try, but my head starts to get a bit lighter. Though I can practically taste the salivating smell coming from the cooker. Is that why you're in home ec? There's another low hum from her as she considers something. I wanted to be ready for when I have a place of my own. And it's actually relaxing just to keep my mind and my hands busy when I'm alone. Actually, I do rather enjoy cooking. It's a skill that I would recommend everyone learn to at least some extent. Eat better. Learn to cook your own meals. You know? Plus, it's either this or, bother Aunt Mrs. Payne all the time. The cooker pings, signaling the stew is finished. When Olivia takes the lid off, a cloud of steam erupts, and the rich aroma of cooked meat and vegetables. Can you grab us some bowls? I'm guessing they're in the shelves above. I nod and get up, moving around the table to the shelf with all the bowls. I give the top a quick dust check, sticking it back in before taking the two under it. Olivia already has a ladle ready, stirring the soup slowly. Well, how you doing, Roxas? I set the bowls down next to her, and she ladles in a serving for us. Okay, moneybags, back to the couch. You don't want to eat at the table? I can't. What do you... Oh. The island table doesn't really have space for a wheelchair to fit underneath. Plus, I want to enjoy this with some quality entertainment. I figured we could watch something together on that big flat screen of yours. Didn't get much sleep? That's okay, right? Sure, sure. I carry both bowls back to the couch, seeing the entire living room has been cleaned up. Man, I really need to make this up to Olivia somehow. Just watching something doesn't feel like a fair deal at all. Not only cooking, but even cleaning up after. I'll find a way to repay her. I settled down to our dinner at the coffee table. Oh, I've done that before. Then you regret it the next day, right? Fucking tired all day. And I'm alright, man. Getting kinda hungry, but I'm alright. Before Olivia can say anything, I place the hands on the corner of the couch and push. Didn't think it'd be so hard, but then again, I am still out of sorts. Space created, however, is enough for Olivia to work the front of her chair in. Olivia gives me an appreciative nod and then angles her chair in a way that lets her use her tail and the couch's armrest to pivot herself onto it. Thanks. I give Olivia a small nod and smile as I grab my spoon off the table. Leaning closer to the bowl, the comforting aroma of the soup wafts up my stuffy nose. I bet it smells delicious. I bet it really smells delicious. First time I'm getting goosebumps that aren't caused by cold flashes. I get a good spoonful of Olivia's homemade remedy, making sure to get some meat and vegetable as well. Still piping hot, I blow a bit of air onto the spoon to cool it down. Pussy. I love her so much! What? Hey, the last thing I need with this fever is a second-degree burn all over my tongue. Whatever you say. Once I feel it sufficiently cooled off, I slurp my first spoonful. My dry, tired eyes close in bliss as the flavors wash over my taste buds, firing them off all like fireworks. To describe it as just being good would be a severe understatement. The stock is rich and hearty. The meat is well cooked and could easily fall off the bone. You know it's tender and delicious when it does that. Oh, yeah. Oh. Chef's kiss. And the vegetable gave it a nice aromatic touch. All of it well seasoned and spiced. It's like I'm experiencing a scene from Compitouille. I don't. Is that like some kind of stand-in for Ratatouille? I assume. Sensing and seeing the different flavors move and dance around my mind. For a brief moment, I forgot all about my fever and only felt the warm presence of soup envelope me like a cozy blanket. That's some good-ass soup, isn't it? Is it good? Like a record scratch, I'm taken out of my experience and brought back to earth by the Baron Knox's voice. I look to see Olivia giving me a questioning look, idly crunching and munching her soup. I also realize that I'm sunk into the couch and my arms to the side like rag dolls. I felt like my body weighed down on from both my sickness and the soup. Guess I got lost in the broth. Wow, Olivia, this soup is amazing. Olivia rolls her eyes at me at my enthusiastic compliment, but lets out a tiny smile. That's nothing. I just threw shit together in a pot and called it food. Anyone could do that. Olivia looks away again, cutting herself short. With weak strength, I lift myself up from the couch's gravitational pull. Oh, couch gravity is strong. And look for the shying. And look at the shying scaling. I'm serious. This is the most delicious soup I've ever had. Olivia moves her head back closer to me, but still avoids my gaze, her smile a little weaker. Alright, I get it. Don't have to make it sound better than it is. It's just helping out your flu. I'm not saying it because of the flu. Honestly, you have a real talent for cooking. Olivia turns toward me, her smile still small, but filled with honest joy. You really think so? I nod, my eyes soothing and warm, even as the soothing warmth of Olivia's soup settles in, and manage to return her meek smile with my own tired one. I know so. Oh, man. Her eyes dart around for anything else to focus on, desperately trying to redirect her fluster. Oh, she's so cute! I love her so much. I just want to hug her and I want to rub my hand through her hair and tell her how precious she is. Well, I'll get going. Going? Thought you were wanting to get caught up on your shows? Well, remote's right there. It's the least I could do after you helped me today. What were you wanting to watch? She eyes the remote and the oversized screen on the wall. A few things, nothing in particular. I remember you asking me last month for some recommendations, so I've been thinking of a few you might like. But you're sick and all, so I don't want to. Yeah, I'd love to see what you have. My parents probably won't be back to hog it for another few hours. If they come back tonight at all. So, it's a pretty good time. You really sure? Yeah, I'm sure. Show me all those deep, cultural, meaningful, animated dinosaur folk cartoons. Oh my god, you're lucky you're sick right now. Yep. Oh, look at that fucking shit-eating grin. Olivia takes the remote and flicks the TV on. After getting over the initial shock of the screen being taller than she is, she navigates to the streaming site and picks some colorful series I've only seen in passing. This one's a rough plot, but it gets better a few episodes in, and the animation is top notch. She flips the first episode on, and an establishing fight scene unravels while Olivia moves back by the couch with me. Then, to my surprise, she hefts herself out of her chair and onto the cushion next to me. Oh, she's so cute. I move my arm out of the way to make room. Oh, sorry. Should have asked. Of course you're welcome to sit. I know, but thanks. We focus back on the show. Well, I do. Olivia's glancing my way almost after every joke and expensive shot to analyze my reaction. And when it's not that it's a forewarning that something a bit cheesy is about to happen. Eventually, the first episode closes. The heroes are ready to begin their journey for real in the following one. The credits roll and Olivia switches her tail aside with her fingertips. Switches her hair aside with her fingertips. So, pretty good, I guess. I don't know. What do you think? I liked it, yeah. Really? Oh, they got the whole season. Do you want to see more? Oh, she's so cute. Oh, I love when she gets so excited. It's adorable. Am I being sus? How am I being sus? Wait, you wanted to catch up on your shows? This is the pilot episode. She fumbles for the remote in her hands and has to catch it midair. Well, yeah. I just figure you should know what's going on so you're not so lost, you know? But if you want to keep watching this, that's fun too. She quickly pushes the button and starts the next episode without my response. Cute is all that runs through my mind at her attempts to cover her small mistake. Oh, she's so precious. She's so precious. She's probably just refreshing her memory and... I wonder why I thought cute. Wonder why I thought cute fit. Well, it does. Well, yeah, she's adorable. That's why cute fits. Look at her. She's super cute. Well, endearing every time she glances over at me. As if I wouldn't enjoy the show. Sure, Mom and Dad aren't in any rush back. The characters on screen freeze. Oh shoot, did the Wi-Fi go out again? I try to stand up to a brutish heavy limb anchors my lap back down. Olivia's tail feels like boulders across my legs, keeping me from standing. Olivia? I just paused it, Inko. Oh. There's a complicated expression on her face. Is that normal? Is what normal? She chews her lips slowly in consideration. Your parents, are they not really going to be back? I shrug. How am I being sus, Roxas? They're always busy with work. I feel a shifting next to me. Olivia's inched herself closer. Oh. When I think about it, I barely see them at all. More shifting. I wonder sometimes. The tail shifts to my abdomen now. Does anyone even care? All this movement has stopped as if reality itself has paused. Man, I must be more tired than I thought. I feel my head sway and my muscles ease into putty. I'm sure they do. I look at Olivia, who is shoulder to shoulder with me now. I mean, Da's kind of the same. Olivia chews her lip as she considers her words. He's always busy, too. The whole reason I live with my godparents is because Da has to travel for work. So he doesn't I stop myself as I see a faint wetness and oh, hug her now, hug her now. Sorry. Her eyes close and a somber sigh escapes her lips. No, it's fine. I get it, Inko. There is a silence hanging over us now. I copy after the sweet girl next to me, letting my eyes slide closed, a sad breath loose. After some time, she breaks the silence with the soft, tender words. Of course your parents care. Just like duh. Why else would they work so much? But what about me? I winced at how pathetic that sounded. It's for you, you doof. How else could you afford all these nice things? Her words grow quieter as time goes on and my body sinks into numbness again. Doc cares enough to work for my sake. Enough to talk to my godparents into letting me live with them. They didn't have to, and yet I'm burdening them. My mind connects the dots. Mr. Halford talked Randy and Sophie into it. Which is why I have to be able to live on my own as soon as I can. Oh, I'm sure they love you, Olivia. 'Cause if they don't want me around anymore, that's it for me. I doubt they would just fucking kick you out, though. I recall how happy they were to have Olivia rejoin the party. They wouldn't, though. They love you like Damien and Vinny. She shakes morose thoughts from her head and then looks at me with those serious moonshade eyes. Anyway, you should do the same for your parents and yourself. Oh, my world goes horizontal as I find my head atop the comfiest pillow I've ever felt. Oh, she's so precious. I nod, and the nod becomes a nuzzle into said pillow. Above me, Olivia yelps. I try to turn and see what's wrong, but something falls atop my head that keeps it in place. Nothing. The soothing, cool something rubs across my head, drawing me further and further into a restful peace. Oh, she's so cute. I love her so much. Along with a gentle caress, a deep vibrato emanates from somewhere, resonating in my tired mind. Okay. With the lulling touch and tone of my eyelids grown heavy. By the time I wake up, Olivia's gone. I check my phone for the time only to realize it's 4 in the morning. I can't help but groan as I sit up on the couch. Instead of feeling horrible like the past few days, I felt surprisingly well. There's no doubt I have Olivia to thank. Hell, I might even be able to go to school today. I wonder if any soup is left. She probably left in the fridge, right? I shuffle over to the appliance, open the door, allowing my eyes to adjust to the light. It only takes a second for me to spot the Tupperware filled with the delicious meal. Nice. I'll have to ask her for the recipe sometime. Thanks to Olivia's advice and cooking, I'd finally made my recovery and returned to school. I'm glad to be back. Felt like I'd missed so much when I'd been gone. So much I needed to catch up on. I mean, I did manage to finish the assignments that Ben sent me, but I feel out of the loop with other things, like gossip about me. Damien tried to give me the of it all during PE. I'm still in shock at how bad some of them got. Up to cartel drug running and FBI's most wanted. I don't think that's even possible in just a week. Yeah, he's embellishing again, isn't he? The end of the class bell rings throughout the school, signaling the start of lunch. As everyone in class is packing up their things, Mr. Ideken speaks up. He's such a cool teacher. Alright, this is his theme, isn't it? Alright, everyone, make sure you complete your assignments by the next class. You all have a wonderful rest of the day now. Oh, and Inko? I stop at the mention of my name as I throw on my backpack. Could you wait a moment? I have something I wish to speak to you about. Yes, of course. Olivia looks back from the classroom entrance, waiting for me. Don't wait up on me. I'll meet you at the table with the others. With a shrug and a nod, Olivia wheels out the door and down the hall. Everyone else leaves the classroom until it's just Ideken and myself. Please have a seat. I take the seat closest to Ideken's desk, putting my backpack down as well. Mr. Ideken himself gets out from his chair and walks around his desk, leaning against me. So, I'll be quick about it. I got a job that needs doing. You missed assignments and need makeup work. And I need some extra help with something. Something I think you'll be very interested in. Some good friends of mine are getting married in a few short days, and they've hired me to be their photographer. And given the excellent learning experience, child labor cop, I thought of you. Me? Yes. If you want to, of course. I could always call in some associates to help me out, but I thought adding in some extra credit would sweeten the deal. What would we be doing? There's a broad smile on his face and a distant look in his eyes. Well, you'll be my apprentice in this case. You'll not only be helping me set up elaborate photos, but you'll also be doing a lot of independent shots. You mean I'll be taking my own pictures? Yep. In fact, you will be using my SLR lenses for that to keep all the shots uniform. The idea of finally getting to use something like Mr. Ideken's $1,000 Cavan makes my head swim. So, what do you say? Interested? It certainly seemed like a hefty task, even if Ideken would be there to help us. And then again, Ideken wouldn't be offering the job if he didn't think I was capable of doing it. This would technically be my first official photography gig. Take it, man. And a wedding shoot to boot. It sounds like so daunting yet enticing. I would love to. Alright, sounds like a done deal. It's after school today, so we can talk about it more later. Now, for now, you should be getting along to lunch. Thank you, Mr. Ideken. I give the teacher a nod and grab my backpack. Just as I head out the door, my curiosity gets the better of me. So, who's the lucky couple, if you don't mind my asking? The school nurse, actually. Husband to be is a good friend of mine. Huh, neat. I make a mental note to give my well wishes to the nurse if I see her before the wedding. With that, I wave Mr. Idekin goodbye and head down the hallway. Wait. Friday? But I was going to practice painting then. I already agreed to go. Well, if I didn't, it's real photography. It's not even a question of which I should go to, but geez. It's like the universe is conspiring against me to never stop drawing stick figures. I finally meet up with Olivia, who's waiting in a nearby entrance at the cafeteria. The grassy green girl is leaned a sauerkraut, scrunching her maw close as she eyes the passerbys. When she notices I've moved into her airspace, she perks up immediately. Seeing the transformation is so surreal, I chew on my cheek to keep from laughing as I watch her muscular tail wag happily. She's happy to see you. Finally, took you long enough. Yeah, sorry that took so long. You didn't have to wait for me, by the way. I can manage waiting if it means eating with you. Oh. I feel a smile tug at my lips from hearing Olivia say that. Mind if I push your chair in? Using me as a battering ram through the crowd now, huh? Yeah, something like that. Alright, but only because you asked. But give me your backpack. I'll use it as a shield. When I grab the handles, Olivia moves her tail up to grab my waist and like at the arcade. Alright, charge. Yes, ma'am. I start marching through the crowd of unruly, famished teens clamoring for their daily meal. Olivia turns her head to me to say something. So what happened with Idekin? You in trouble or something? Huh? Oh, nah. He just had a proposition for some extra credit. Really? What is it? He wants me to join him at a wedding to help him out with a photo shoot. Says he thinks it'll be a good learning experience. Oh, well, that sounds pretty interesting. Did you take it? Yep. Could be a good way to hone in on what I know. Plus, the extra credit can help make up for the time I was sick. You mean when you nearly overdosed on that cough syrup cocktail you made? Yeah, that. Wait. No, what? I didn't say anything. Crowd's too loud here. Varnex chuckles to herself. I'm left rolling my eyes, letting her claim victory in this exchange. By the time we got to our lunch, it's a simple matter of locating Damien and Liz by the telephone pole neck. For whatever reason, they're at a more sequestered table today. When we arrive, it's pretty obvious why. Oh, hello, Mia. Took you too long enough. Yeah. I expected more from Olivia. Something more graphic. Instead, Olivia rolls herself to the rest of the way, taking her designated spot at the head of the table. I take the spot adjacent to her while keeping a wary eye on the pink Parasaurolophus. Saralofus. I probably pronounced that horribly. It seems Mia's rage against me has simmered down over time, but the air of uncertainty and uneasiness still wavered around her. She's hot, but she's also kind of a dick. The best I can do is act friendly. Hey Mia, is there something you need? Need? Nah, just here to catch up with my good pal here. The red-scaled business turns toward Olivia. Her own eyes remain locked on the soggy chicken she's eating menacingly. I thought you were asking Liz for her homework, though. That too. Right. Right, here, guys. A pair of soda cans are rolled down the table. I thank Raptor Christ I was able to catch them before they rammed my tray of questionable lunch meat. You guys were taking a while, so I grabbed drinks today. No, you didn't. Mia gave those to you. Well, she did it because I thought about doing it. She's trying to bribe you for math answers I helped you with earlier. Lizzie, I can't believe you would imply something like that about me. But it's true. Hey, free soda is free soda, man. And anyway, the real reason I'm here is... Say, Olivia, you leave your phone at home or something? People are trying to contact you all day. Oh. Olivia pulls her phone out of her jacket pocket. I catch a glimpse of her wallpaper, a comical portrait of Guts she probably doodled. Guts is her rat. Yeah, I ran out of service for the month. What the hell? You don't got a proper monthly plan? I got more important things to be doing than this, you know. If they want to see Olivia so bad, why send you and not just show up to them? Shut it. Who's so important for all of this anyways? Who do you think? Ben. Ben wants to talk to Olivia? Huh. Why does he want to talk to Olivia? Is this 20 freaking questions? Look, how the hell should I know what's really going on between my boyfriend and Hot Wheels here? All that matters to me is if Olivia here's gonna fix it or not. I'll think about it. Ugh, whatever. I'm out of here. Smell you later, Gator. Mia storms off, leaving Olivia looking very sour. Ugh. Things alright with Ben? Olivia rests her arm on the table and slumps her head in. I don't want to talk about it. Oh boy. Where'd her bright mood from before go? Well, anyways, Damien, you really shouldn't condone cheating even with something as simple as math homework. But you helped me with it. That's different. I helped you with it, and I think you're getting something out of it. Like the answers. Come on, Damien! What I mean is, in comparison, Mia's just trying to be lazy. She's only cheating herself. What's the issue then? What's the issue? Yeah, I get free soda. Someone you hate tricked yourself into staying stupid, and everyone thinks they win. It's great. Uh, Davian, you're awesome. You scare me sometimes, Damien. Guess I'll have to ask Ben what's going on if I see him later. In the meantime, Olivia's disposition only keeps getting more and more dour. I try to think of something to help her cheer up, but I keep coming up with dead ends on just what could work here. There's got to be something. I just can't leave her in such a sour mood. Oh, how about that? Oh, hey, what's the deal with your phone background? Oh, you noticed it? She flips her phone out and shows me the background. Oh, it's a little doodle of guts. Yep, drew it up the other day. Got the curves right the first try, so that's pretty cool. I'll bet. Is he with you today? Nah, I left him home. How often do you bring him? Not often, maybe once or twice a semester, even then it's just when I'm bored. Although once he was just in my hoodie when I left for school. Unexpected. It was. Here, I got some pics saved. The screen displays a small creature sat atop a desk with a skinny tail clutched to its chest tightly. I don't know why, but he holds his tail like that all the time. I feel Damien and Liz hovering behind me, their eyes locked onto the adorably fat creature on screen. I don't know who's probably Liz, but Olivia rolls her eyes and swipes to the next picture of the cute pet in a transparent ball, looking confused. For the remaining minutes of lunch, we just sit huddled around Olivia's phone, entranced by her sweet little rat as it did the most mundane things. Yet Gut's method of doing them was way too undeniably cute, and that's what really got us. And made time fly faster than we could even notice. I blink a couple of times and stretch my arms and legs as I get up from my desk. Miss Prockling really knows how to make 40 minutes feel like 80. Well, at least it's time to practice painting for real. Wait, no, Idekin roped me into the photo shoot. Can't practice painting, can't get good at anything. Why is it every time I try to actually improve something like this happens? I mean, you're getting a chance to improve your photo skills. That's something. At this rate, I'll never be good enough to get a real following. I haven't gotten to actually have a whole afternoon practice at all. Still, there's no way in hell I'm missing this. I ended up meeting with Ben and Idekin right as he was locking down the classroom. Well, a teacher made the assignment apprenticeship. While he made it all sound so simple, I was still subjected to some paperwork. Something about liability waivers or something. You know, in case something happens to us, like a surprise attack by 5 teenagers in multicolored spandex. I wonder if that happens often. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say no. We filled the form and the instructor gave an overview of just exactly what Ben and I would be doing. There's few structures out here save for the edge of the cliff. Ben's first out to the cramped car with an armful of telescoping black stands. I follow his example and unloading the vehicle. Alright, you two, you remember what you're doing tonight? Yes, sir. After we set up a photo station at the corner of the hall, we'll be taking turns walking to the reception area, taking pictures of the guests. Perfect. I'll be with the wedding party the entire time. So if you need me, just look for the gaggle of similarly dressed women screeching and you'll find me. He grins as he helps carry the last of the lightest equipment to the trunk. Remember, this is actual work, so be polite, be efficient, and most importantly, Ben and I sit upright at attention ready for an order from our teacher to give us. Have fun. But trust me, the clients will appreciate it more. Finally finished with the unloading, I inhaled a mixed aroma of ocean and flowers. While I find the scent energizing, Ben seems to have the exact opposite reaction. His brows pinch together in disgust as he tries in futility to fan away the air with one hand while covering his nose with the other. I think I'm going to be the sick one with this weather. At least the view's great. That it is, yeah. Mr. Idekin turns to lead us through a small garden out front into the reception hall. It's spacious wedding tent adorned with a lot of support flora and high-end lighting, keeping the place warm and lit. Okay, you guys know how to set up here. I'm going to get to business. Yes, sir. He leaves us stepping in to the ongoing ceremony with primed camera and tripod. Ben and I exchange a single glance before we both resign ourselves to the daunting task. First on the list is the telescopic stand for the cameras. From experience, it doesn't take us too long to get those in place. I wonder what Ben's story is. I mean, I like Ben as a character, and I've been wondering that this entire time. Next are reflectors and strobe lights, all packed into heavy cases that have to be hauled inside. By my third case, I'm already exhausted. Shoot, I thought gym class would have prepared me for this. Bzzz. My phone buzzes, might as well take a breather. Opening up the notifications, I discover it's from Olivia. I thought she ran out of text from her phone. Hey, Shades. Hey, Olivia, you got service back? Yeah, see, that's what I was bringing up. Oh, I lied about that. Oh, he just didn't want to bother with Mia. Saw you leave with Idekin after school. What's up with that? I'm helping him with a wedding photo shoot. You? At a wedding? Did Idekin give you a better jacket for it? My jacket is cool enough. So where at? Teach said it was some place called Clarkson Lookout on the way over. Wait, really? That place has a bunch of scenic views. If you see any good landscape, if you see any good landscape shots, take one for me. Sure, if I get the time. No, do it now. Cute and threatening message received. Geez, well, this is a good spot anyway. The sun's starting to set, so it does make for a pretty good, some pretty nice atmosphere. Maybe Olivia wants to paint another landscape. In the distance, I see a few sailboats and yachts. Further beyond a freighter or two, the seas are crowded these days. I'd take a picture and send it to Olivia. Thanks. I can't picture thanking me like that in reality. The thought alone of her doing something so sweet in a manner. Inko, this thing weighs like 80 pounds. I'm not doing all the work. All right. Yeah, go help Ben. Go help Ben. I let my camera hang loose around my neck while assisting Ben in setting up the last of the standing reflectors. Setting up meant not only the cameras, but a large chunk of incomplete decor prep. Which means carrying out loads and loads of heavy cases, loaded with strobe reflectors, cloth sheets, and so many telescoping stands. Pole stands. Following my instructions, Ben set up a small red carpet path leading to the glamour shot station. And meanwhile, I am finishing making the marked spot within the room had the right combination of flash and strobe and or reflector. By the time our teacher has come back, I place the final light in position. As the guests start walking down Ben's handmade path, I skirt around the edge with my borrowed high-end camera. The DSLR clicks are muted compared to the chattering guests, while I think I managed to catch some decent shots. I'm just not really feeling it today. Is something wrong with me? And Viola. Ben was having a much easier time working out makeshift studio we built in the corner. A couples would simply walk up and stand before the backdrop of the massive window on the cliffside ocean. And Ben had the brilliant idea not only to set up Idekin's lone camera, but to also take his own, he'd capture a couples from two angles at once. He looked happy with each and every shot he took, and the people always chatted with him right after. Chatted him up right after. And here I am doing my best to not scowl as I look at the blurry shot I had messed up. Blurry because my hands were shaking. I guess I hadn't noticed till now, but my main messaging app had been going off. I think Ben's turning into competition. Are you winning? No, not really. Beat him for me. That wasn't a real message. I try to ignore my phone for now. I don't think anything will calm my nerves at this point. The feeling of anxiety only grows as time marches on. I get it. I can't seem to get any pictures just right, and Ben zoning around as efficiently as he is isn't helping. Well, that's not all. Olivia messages are just throwing me off. Just break his flashing stick thingy, lol, then his pics will be super dark. How out of date is Olivia to think we still use flash pans? Or lock them into a bathroom or something? I don't think that's sportsmanlike or legal. Oh, I just remembered I need another pick. Can you try shoving him to the wedding cake and getting a pic of him smashed onto the floor? I need it for Muse. That. Do it for me? Come on, that's violent. Just barely with my peripheral vision, I spot a perfect shot of an older couple, the partners of the groom, I believe. The parents of the groom, I believe. I read that wrong. There, that's a good chance. I bring the borrowed camera up, look through the viewfinder, and see that the parents have already moved away into another group. Camera slips from my grip, but luckily the neck strap holds it safely against my chest. Okay, I need a break. I find an appropriate place to sneak outside and go around the building, slumping down against the brick sliding. It's really twilight now. The ocean's reflection of the sun is getting very close to meeting the real thing. My phone buzzes once more and something in it makes me jump. It's not fear, just wish I knew what it was. Olivia sends a video of Guts running around a maze she put together using cardboard and school supplies. Then he comes out of the other end. She gives him a grape to bite into her palm. Oh, I was never really fond of rodents, but seeing Olivia's video and little doodles is really starting to sway me. There's something about seeing Olivia having such a strong bond with Guts and caring for him that warms my heart. It's hard to believe that this is the same girl that used to give me nothing but icy stares when I first met her. I'm glad she feels comfortable enough with me to let her defenses down and be herself. As I continue snapping photos, my trek through the halls to find good photo ops leads me to the stage where the DJ once was. Shame I couldn't get any good shots of him while he was here. Maybe Ben got some decent pictures. Looking through the camera's lens, I see there's a gentleman sitting on the steps leading up to the stage, finishing off a cigarette. There's someone going on the steps, taking a deep drag of the cigarette, blowing smoke upwards towards the window. A truly iconic display of suavity. Before I know it, I've taken several shots. He seems like he wants to be left alone, but he doesn't mind. Hey, kid. Is that the... That's the cabbie from Snoot Game, isn't it? At least you got... At least get my good side, will you? Oh! I step closer, adjusting my camera setting and scrambling for an explanation. Sorry about that. I was unsure if you wanted the attention. It's alright. People say I got a kind of resting bitch face. Though I can't lie, I'm pretty exhausted, kid. Especially after I had to carry the new missus down the aisle all the way to the car. Ah, so this is the groom. I swear that was the cab driver in Snoot Game. So you gotta take a photo or what? Oh, right, sorry. I raise my camera. The grooms takes a thinker S pose, taking a drag from his cigarette. After a few clicks and a couple of slight adjustments in my position, I believe I got some pretty good shots in there. There we are. The groom blows out a plume of smoke from his mouth before leaning over to see the captures. Smells like a Vegas hotel. I give the groom time to look at each photo thoroughly before moving to the next one. These are pretty good, kid. Managed to make this mug of mine look halfway decent. He lets out a scratchy chuckle as he takes another puff of a cigarette before snuffling what little was left of it onto the floor. Thanks. Say, if you don't mind me asking, what are you doing all this way over here? It's your big day, isn't it? Groom lets out another plume. He's already begun to dig up another cigarette. I am out of water, actually. I would need to go get myself some water to... do that. And I'm kind of looking for a place to stop because I'm hungry and tired and it's 4 in the morning. Lighting up a new cigarette, he begins to inhale it. And keeps inhaling it. He holds up a finger as he continues inhaling until the cigarette is finished. He finally exhales a stream of lung cancer slowly over the course of 30 seconds. Sir? Of course it is. Just having a little rest is all. I mean, this has been the happiest day of my life, but it's tiring as hell. Yeah, it would be. Mrs. is certainly having fun, yet in a few hours we're in our new, no longer bachelor pad. I'll be listening to her as she moans how sore she is. Moans about how sore she is. The groom lets out another plume of smoke, this time through his nostrils. But hey, if that's the price I gotta pay, holy matrimony and all that jazz. Definitely feels like the groom is laying it on a bit thick, who is essentially a stranger to him. Who is essentially a stranger to him, yet I can understand what he means. I don't know what I'm gonna have. I'm gonna go eat something before too long. You know, you could have been going through the whole reception snapping photos. Why don't you take a break too? He motions his hand to a nearby stage as an available seat. I settle down on the stage as the groom fiddles with a small packet, clearly Closer, it's still sealed pack of cigarettes. Trent told me a bit about you, you know. Who? Your camera teacher. Or whatever he called himself at your school. Says you're a good kid and all, though a bit clueless. Hey. Your room lets out a guffaw as he cracks open a pack of cigarettes and plucks out a fresh cancer stick. His words, not mine. How do you know him? We've known each other for ages. He's actually helped me meet the missus. Funny how that works out. Wow, Mr. Eideken was your wingman? Heh, he always hated how I told him that. I'd give him a lift on some field trip and he had to chaperone. Don't know why. He could have taken the school bus. But as soon as I got there, I met the rest of his co-workers, including my would-be wife. Taro tricked me into chaperoning too, saying I could use the time to get to know her better. Geez, maybe I should be asking him. Oh, no, I can't. Can't what? Nothing important. Have a teacher tell you how to court a lady friend, right? Hey, no. Another one of his students, your classmate, yeah? It's not like that. Oh, come on. I know you want to talk about girls. That's always fun. Humor me a bit. She's just a good friend. You keep telling yourself that, buddy. The words taste bitter on my tongue for some reason. Because you like her! Sure, kid, sure. We got a few more minutes of quiet while Bridezilla and her maids of murder fight over the banquet. I quickly glance over to see a woman twice my age wielding a folding chair like it was a battle axe. Trent can't help you there, but I can. So this good friend of yours, what's she like? Well, it's a bit of a complicated history. Oh? I mean, when I first met her, she was very cynical and sarcastic. She's still very sarcastic, but in a light-hearted way. Even with her friends, she was a little distant. But when she's painting or gushing about some franchise or obscure anime, there's this unashamed excitement and passion in it. I haven't met anyone with that kind of energy before. Once you get to know her, she's just nice under it all. That everything? Well, yeah. I think she drew me carrying her. Once. Well, shoot. He slides the ring off his finger and holds it up to me. You want this? Sounds like you need it more than me. Kidding. I'm kidding. Dang, sounds pretty cut and dry to me. Never had a crush before? Not on anyone I know personally. Your folks together? Yeah. They love each other too, yeah? Yeah, I guess they do. You guess? It's complicated. They're around so little, I don't even know what their love looks like or how they interact. That's just kind of sad. If they even know each other at all. if they even love each other at all. They've never told me their story, why they're together. Anything that would prepare me for the future was outsourced. As far back as I remember, when my parents weren't around, there was a little screen nearby. And they weren't around often. It always had that little electronic friend in my pocket telling me how great I was at everything. That's been my only help to get through life. All the best ways to have the best friendships, hobbies, romance. But it feels worthless now. I'm not prepared. I don't even know if this is love. This guy seems to think though. He'll help me out. I see him putting some words together now. Let me give you a little antidote, kid. The groom finally lights a cigarette, though this time he's slow to puff it. See my beautiful bride over there? She is cute. Look at her. He motions the dull ember of his smoke to where the bridesmaids are still violently wrestling, and the bride acted as a referee. Even if we had never met, this was a happenstance meeting. I'd still see her over there, and just know I love her. Yeah? Yep. Is that it? Yeah. Aren't you trying to give me a little push, convince me that I like this girl? You're the one who had wanted advice. There it is. I thought you were going to be a bit more. I thought you were going to go on a bit more about love. Why the hell would I give a speech about love? I know what it is. You know what it is. There's no groundbreaking advice that'll make everything make sense, and you don't need me to convince you. You're just looking for reasons to not believe what's right in front of you. Oh. Break's over. Gotta run. Man gets up, dusting off his pants and flicking his cigarette butt into the ashtray. Hey, take some great pictures for me, will you? No more moping, you're on the clock. He jogs into the crowd to meet up with his bride. My phone buzzes in my pocket. What timing? I reach in my pocket, pull out my phone, squint to get the screen, and an unread notification from our group chat. Shoot, do I have time to be on my phone right now? Maybe I can talk to Damien about this. He knows Olivia. He's known Olivia for a while. Ben and Olivia used to be friends, right? Wouldn't he be able to help? Is Mia the reason they're not friends anymore? Because Mia really doesn't like Olivia. Should probably focus on what I'm here to do. Besides, I don't want to let the groom down. But this is Olivia we're talking about. I don't want to do anything without knowing as much as I can. Fuck. Fuck. Oh, man. You're here for a purpose, so focus on it. Seems like there would be time to consult others. Oh, this is another decision I'm going to agonize over and then think about for days after, isn't it? I can't afford to slack off right now. Well, I got a point for Inko. I must have picked the right one. Besides, I made a promise to the groom, and I don't want to let him down. Or Mr. Ideken, for that matter. I silence my phone and slide it into my jacket pocket, pushing off the wall and taking a hold of my camera. See, it seems like the right thing to do because you're here for a job. You know, you got to focus on the job. Right? Right? I mean, a living is important, don't get me wrong. But in this moment, you know what I mean? Where should I even start? I think I have a few ideas. With the groom's words still ringing in my ear, I find a second wind of sorts. I can't really understand it, but I feel like I'm already picking out prime shots, just scanning the hall. While Ben continues his more autonomous, rapid-fire approach with the staccato clicking of his snapshots, I've been singling out couples in their own moments, just scattered throughout. I got both of them to 3. I think I'm doing fairly well. I still have some of them even note. I think some of them even notice something seeming to maneuver themselves out of the Parasaur's view. Young man, over here. An elderly dinosaur catches my attention, waving to me from her table where she and her family are sitting. We need a good Christmas card photo if you would be so kind. Of course, ma'am. Large group move over to the side of the table for me, smiling sincerely at my lens. First shot seems perfect, but for their sake, I make sure to take a couple extra. Thank you. Do you know how long it'll be before it's developed? The photo should be developed fairly quickly. We'll be sure everyone gets these before the end of the month. They smile and nod, letting me return to, don't forget us. Yeah, get me and my wife. My next client's pulling me aside to take shots of them in a secluded corner. And after that, it's some bridesmaids grab me to take shots of them. It wasn't long before even some of the servers were wanting pictures of themselves posing in front of the decorations. Somehow I am able to squeeze my way out of the mayhem and make my way towards the back of the venue in order to get some much needed fresh air. Shortly after, I noticed Ben doing something though he managed to be so far more gracefully by talking his way out of whatever request the wedding goers gave him. It makes me wish I was better at communicating and inserting myself in these kinds of situations. Ben takes notice of me and approaches at a very casual pace, with no one else seemingly taking notice of him. Taking a breather? I just gave Ben a hard nod, causing him to smile and adjust his glasses with his index finger. Well, the wedding's almost finished, so the worst of the workload is behind us. That was a good... Ben checks his phone. 8 hours? Jeez. Man, yeah, my legs are starting to hurt. You're telling me you don't even have a tail. How do you think I feel? We sigh together. It's the first bit of silence we've had in a while. Across the room, the bride slumps into a chair, trying to kick her heels off. The groom sees me and shrugs a bit, smirking. So, how are you feeling about the pictures you've taken? I think I'm pretty confident in mine. Once you have the right equipment, it's just a matter of socializing right and getting the right shots for these sorts of events. I'm satisfied. You? Honestly, I'm not sure. I've been taking all these pictures right, but it's like something's missing. Missing? You make it sound like some grand art thing. I know. Back across the room, the bride motions to her new husband. It looks like it's the time of night for him to carry her out in his arms like in all the movies. She's probably not expecting those slick moves to position her on his back like a child. He laughs to himself while she pouts loudly and holds onto her hair to keep balance. It looks juvenile, honestly, as the bridge taps at the exhaust. The groom's head was bald faced, but he's laughing. A laugh so infectious that her pout is replaced with the delightful giggles of her own when he finally catches her hand in and just holds it. Once again, they're talking and the bride is melting into putty at his quiet words. That's adorable. For how menial it is and how crude this guy was earlier, that understanding and genuine playfulness between them. Without a thought, I'm already looking through the viewfinder and making the focus adjustments for the perfect shot. The shot is cheesy but sincere. They both look exhausted and their clothes are showing wear and tear of the night and their body language screaming that they need to sleep. And also the smiles they have, they try to look at each other in their own awkward positions, speak metric volumes of how happy they are after it all. Why'd you do that? Huh? Do what? You took a picture just now. Did I? When did my finger get placed over the shutter button? I guess I did. I checked the new entry in the camera roll. Careful, that's an easy way to waste a lot of memory. Should probably just delete it. Delete it, huh? I think it'll be fine. Actually, I got a good feeling about it. It seems pretty natural, you know? Ben rolls his eyes. If you say so. Before the parasaur turns to go back to his own assembly line photo taking, I grab his shoulder. By the way, Ben. Mia stopped by our lunch earlier today to complain about to Olivia. Oh boy. Said you were trying to call her, but was upset she wasn't picking up. I don't want to pry into your personal business, but aren't you two on bad terms? Huh? What are you talking about? What? I haven't spoken to Olivia in ages. Huh? I thought you were above gossip, Inko. Sorry, Alright, you boys ready to pack up? Pretty long night, huh? Our teacher looks haggard as he steps up to us. His wings are dragging on the floor, and he's propping himself up with one of the light stands we'd brought. Despite his exhaustion, he's grinning wildly. You two enjoy your first work experience? Oh, absolutely, Mr. Ideken. I managed to look. So what the fuck was Mia's deal then? If Ben wasn't trying to call her. Huh. I managed to load up both the memory cards you gave me, and I even managed to try out different kinds of lenses you had brought. Good to hear, Ben. What about you, Inko? Well, if I'm being honest with you, it took a while for me, Mr. Ideken. Well, I suppose it's a tough order to start with. So many things to account for, and... No, I meant that I didn't really get that many good shots till the end, Mr. Ideken. I didn't even finish the first card you've given me. I see. Well, when we go through these next week, I'm sure they'll be fine. Oh, definitely. Groom saunters over with a huge grin on his face, slinging an arm around our teacher's shoulders. I can't wait to see these. Ideken straightens up and shrugs the arm off, turning to the duly married man. You'll see them when you see them. My team still needs to go through all the pictures and weed out the chaff. Come on, T. Can't you give your buddy a preview or something? Ideken sighs a bit. Hey, it's your special day. Ben, could you fetch your laptop and card reader? Yes, sir. Inko, while he's doing that, can you start packing up everything into the trunk? Sure thing, Mr. Ideken. Before I turn away to start, the tired Taro, I see what you did there, game, takes the camera from me. You can sit at the table over there. The two older men head off, leaving Ben and I to get started packing everything up. While Ben and I are busy dismantling the magnitude of stands, flashes, and lamps, the bride and groom and Ideken sit at a cleaned up table with a laptop before them. I can't really make out what they're saying, but I can kind of tell based on the way the three switch between quietly focused and laughing loudly. By the time the back of the car is loaded up, the last of the wedding party has departed. Nothing left to do, Ben and I linger behind the group. Yeah, these came out pretty dang great. Thanks again for... Hello, what's this? The laptop displays the last picture I took somewhat unintentionally. He scans the photo with a critical eye. He nods and chuckles with approval. Okay, kid, good job. Be sure to print this one out for me, Trent. I'm gonna put it in my wallet. Sure. Despite how lackluster his compliment is, I can't help but feel proud of my work. It's been a while since I've felt like this. Either way, it's not long before climbing into the car and beginning the journey back to the school. I settle under the rhythmic motions of the car as it glides along the road. The cityscape of all Candera Bluffs pass by, and I can't help but admire it. The mood is quickly killed, however, as Ben calls a certain red-scaled girl. The saturating lovey-dovey talk makes my head hurt, I guess. I can guess by his expression that Idekin feels the same way. He changes the subject by asking if my parents can pick me up. Looks like I'll be taking the late-night metro home. Still, I had fun today. I bring up my own phone, noticing half a dozen messages from Olivia had sent me while I was busy. Are you winning yet? Better be. Guts bet me some sunflower seeds that Ben would win. Well, there were more messages than the one in particular had me thinking. I mean, it wasn't a competition to begin with, but there's also the fact that the groom hadn't complimented any of Ben's shots, so collect your winnings, Olivia. Oh, that's adorable. Good job, Agent. You deserve a reward for your hard work. Reward? What kind of... Oh my. Would she really... She knows that I'm with Ben and Idekin. The interior of the car feels a few degrees warmer as I await with bated breath. Inko, you okay? You're breathing pretty hard. Fine, perfectly fine, just car sick. I make sure that there's absolutely no way anyone except me can view the screen. As extra protection, I dim the brightness to the point that only I'd be able to see a thing in the darkness of the car. Finally, Olivia's text comes through. I hold my breath before opening eyes to see... Oh, Olivia, I love you. Right. The dancing Gator's so cute. Mr. Idekin, I think Inko's about to vomit. Not in here! In hindsight, I should have seen that coming, seeing as I'm in love with her and all. Damn my hormones. And I'm gonna stop here. I am hungry, and I need to get myself something to eat and drink. So I'm going to stop here. The next stream that I do will probably be more Black Mesa. So you look forward to that. I know I am. Thank you to everyone who tuned in and watched this stream. I appreciate it. I'm still really loving this. The characters and the story are so... And the music is all so good. We'll talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye, everybody.